Okay, welcome everyone. Okay, let me just. Yeah. Okay, Abubakar, the mic is yours. We are all ready.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you for doing your part on this call tonight. And I think we're going to make a start because we did say we're going to be starting at 8:30. And it's good to see everybody. I recognize many people on this call tonight. I hope you guys have all had a good weekend and are having a good weekend. And I'd just like to welcome you all onto the call. I know there's people who are tuning in from different cities in UK as well as different countries. I see some people from around Europe. So welcome to the call. By the way, this call was actually designed for just a small group of people because I think a lot of leaders were going to be doing calls for their own teams, but then the message got out, and then we decided that everyone could come onto the call. I don't mind speaking to you all. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first of all, I want to thank you all for your time. Thank you for being on the call with us tonight. And as I said before, this call is for the whole of ACN, and especially ACN Europe. Now, the call's going to go like this. I'm going to speak for around 10 to 15 minutes, just to give you some updates about ACN Europe. And after that, we're going to hear from Mr. Thomas Vestergaard, who is also on the call with us tonight. Very, very kindly, took out his time to be with us. In fact, some of you may know that we've just come back from Norway, and I've literally just arrived back to UK, and I decided to do this call. And I know that there's people from different teams, which doesn't really matter because in ACN, since I've been in, we've always been one team. So welcome everybody. Okay, I haven't really prepared anything for you guys, so I'm literally just going to be speaking from my heart. Most of you know I've been in ACN for 10 years. In January, this month, on the 8th of January, I celebrated my 10th anniversary with this amazing company. And I can honestly say 10 years, I've had the time of my life. Really, really, met some amazing people and also became the person that I never thought I would. I can honestly say that it's due to this company that I am in my position today. And, knowingly or unknowingly, I've been able to help, inspire, and have a positive impact on so many people around the world. And I'm sure every one of you are in the same position. You've also played your part with this company, and you have also helped and trained many, many people, and you've also been an inspiration for many people. So I just really want to thank every single one of you for everything that you've brought to the table and also to this company. By the way, the chat section is open. I would request everybody to please be as respectful as possible. We're all adults here. If there's anyone who, does go out of line and, you're being disrespectful, then unfortunately we will have to remove you from the chat. Okay. We will allow you to ask questions in the chat. So yeah, I mean, look, we all celebrated ACN's 30 years this year. And, for many of us, we've had amazing success within the company. We've been working alongside our co-founders as well as the country managers and sales executives who have all done an absolutely amazing job. And I really want to pour my heart out to every single one of them who have really played their part in, helping this company to where it has come today. Now, sometimes in life, we know that not everything goes according to our plans. If you believe in God, I'm sure you've heard of the saying that God is the best of planners. And if you don't believe in God, then, we just live every day as, we're just waiting for surprises, and sometimes life does surprise us. And I think that sometimes we have to be real. We have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to be grown up and adult about things. Okay. So today is all about being honest, being open. And for those of you that know me, I've always been real. I've always been myself. I've never tried to be someone that I'm not, and I've never tried to hide anything at all. And I don't intend on changing that. Now, most of you know, for the past 4 years since COVID, which I would say was a major, major event, definitely within my life, within all our lives. 4 years ago, we could say the world changed in many, many different ways. Millions of people lost their jobs. Millions and millions of companies shut down. People couldn't go to work. And we accepted this. And when it came to ACN, through COVID, we learned new techniques of building our business. And we went from being in a room and we went onto Zoom. And, most of us were doing meetings around the world whilst there was a pandemic going on. And for many of us, we continue to have success. But for the company, I would say that there was some challenges. And we all saw this, especially in Europe. We all know about the global energy crisis across Europe. I don't know who to blame for this. Some people say Russia, Ukraine, the war, this and that, and so on. But that's not really the point here today. The point is that, we face these calamities and we face these difficulties. And ACN as a company, as long as I've known them, they've always tried to find solutions for any problems, and our founders, especially for those of you who know the founders on a personal level, we know that these are four amazing gentlemen that have always had the best interest of ACN as a company and also for the IBOs as well as the customers. We've all heard this. As long as I can remember, I've always heard the founders saying, we're going to act in a way where we are going to do everything which is in the best interest for the company, in the best interest for the IBOs, as well as the customers. And I've seen this for 10 years, and I'm also seeing this today. Now, the past 4 years, we can all say in Europe, mainly for those of you who live in UK, it's been difficult. We've not been able to, get the things that we wanted. We've not been able to get the partnerships that we wanted. And as a company, ACN did everything in their power to try and give us everything that we need for us to run our businesses. But that things changed, and COVID played a huge part in many, many different ways. And one of those ways was that many energy companies out there, they were just not taking on a large amount of customers. And many companies, even shut down. Especially in UK, I can think of at least 20 to 30 companies that actually shut down. These were companies that were offering gas and electricity. They shut down, and then some of the bigger companies, just to survive, had to merge with other companies, which meant that all these companies were actually, struggling. So what this comes down to is that sometimes in life you have to accept the fact that there's certain incidents that are going to play a part, and they're going to affect people, they're going to affect companies, and ACN also got affected. Now, we know that the founders were trying their best to bring in more services and so on, but the services industry is so competitive now, especially after COVID, that the margins are so low. I mean, how much are you guys paying for your phone bill? Just imagine a SIM only deal for £10, £15. Right now in UK, there's companies that are offering as low as £10 to £12 for unlimited data, unlimited text messages, and calls. Now, what do you think the profit margin would be in a £10 deal? There's hardly anything there. Now, this is just one example of a partnership I can give you. And this goes, to all the companies out there. So it's not as though ACN wasn't trying, they've been trying hard, and it just didn't work. So ACN had to make a very difficult decision and basically had to do something for the company, for the IBOs, and mainly for the customers, because we can't go out there offering a service that's not competitive. Why would we do that? That's never been in ACN's policy. Okay. So, recently, in fact, just a few days ago, I myself was completely shocked. I was on my way to Norway because we heard about how ACN was going to be trying to go into the wellness industry. And, they've been saying this for a while, that we're going to try to go into an industry which is going to be more profitable. And most of you know that multi-level marketing companies, especially product-based companies, they offer more margins when it comes to products. So I was on my way to Norway, and ACN was talking to a company, a very successful company actually. And we heard that we would be able to, or we would have an opportunity to work with a very, very successful company, a Scandinavian company based in Norway with their headquarters in Sweden. I myself was very, very excited, thinking we're going to have a hybrid model. We can work with some of the services that we have as well as products. But things were not supposed to be like that. Things were not meant to be like that. So, some of you may have already heard, some of you don't know at all, but ACN had to make a very, very difficult decision to basically close down any markets where the services were not lucrative and the services were not beneficial and the services were not competitive. Now, I know this is difficult. It's certainly difficult for me because for the past 10 years, all I've known is services. And I'm sure you guys are exactly the same. Some of you have been in this business longer than I have. So ACN made a decision that they would only keep open certain markets where it was profitable and it was worth it for them to remain open. And for those of you who know, there's two two markets. The first one is North America, and the second one is Canada. Okay. So just to let you know, North America and Canada are the two markets which are remaining open, as ACN has a very, very strong hold there, good products, good services, good partnerships, and good leadership. Okay. Apart from that, every other market, ACN has decided to take a slightly different path, a slightly different direction. And that direction is not going to be in services anymore, simply because it's not working. And if something isn't working, we always say for things to change, you have to make a change. So ACN decided to make a change. So they've gone away from the services industry in Europe and some of the other markets. And they've actually done a lot of research, invested a lot of money. And by the way, would you believe that the founders for the past 4 years have actually been investing money into Europe, even though it hasn't been profitable from their own pockets for 4 years? Think about me and you. If we were in that position and we owned a company and that company wasn't performing and we had to put money from our own pocket just to keep the company alive, we would all make a business decision and say, you know what, we can't afford to do this anymore. We have to close our company. But for 4 years, ACN continued to pour money into Europe, hoping that somewhere down the line, things could work out and we could somehow get some partnerships that would allow us to basically continue our business. But that wasn't meant to be. It just didn't happen. The climate, the day and age, it's just not like that. And it's been extremely difficult for them. So for this reason, they haven't just shut the doors on their IBOs. I've worked with many companies and I know for sure any other CEO, any other founders would have said, we're very sorry. Thank you for your time. Thank you for serving our company, but we have to shut our doors. Feel free to go your own way and do whatever you want. Have a great life. But that's not what the founders have done. In fact, what they did, they spent resources. They invested a large amount of money, looked at many, many different companies, sent out some of their corporate staff to go and do research on certain companies. And they came to a conclusion that there is one company in the European market that's been operating for 18 years, publicly trading on the NASDAQ and having excellent success. Okay. And they've now given you an option to say, look, we are part of this company. We have invested into this company. We've already done the research. And according to us, we would recommend you guys for you to continue your journey. Obviously, it's not ACN, it's a different company. However, it's affiliated. Okay, so the founders have a share, they are part of this company. Now, they're not saying you have to go there. If you want to go your own way and do something else, you're more than welcome to do so. However, what the founders are saying is we trust, we respect, we've spoken to, we've done research, and we can confidently say that we would advise you to basically work with this company. They're having massive success, and hopefully everyone will start to make some money, providing you follow the system. So that's exactly why some of the leaders were flown out to go and do their own due diligence. I was one of them. Mr. Alexander, Thomas Vestergaard himself was there, Mr. Douglas Juru, and some of the other leaders from around Europe actually attended these meetings and trainings. And we actually visited the manufacturing plant where these products were actually manufactured, designed, packaged, and everything. Now, some of you know that I actually come from a wellness background. I worked with 2 wellness companies prior to ACN. So I'm very familiar with the wellness industry. In fact, let me tell you one thing. Before I heard about this news, I was already researching some of the companies. And this was one of the companies that I happened to look into. And I was quite impressed with the way they test for certain diseases. And then also they provide a solution. So, I was actually looking forward to it. So when I got to meet the founders of this company, met some of the top people, the CEO and so on, I actually saw a glimpse of our co-founders in them. And I couldn't help but to think that, the founders have done an excellent job in terms of selecting a company for us. And not just that, also the fact that they are also part of it. Now, I know some of you might say, well, look, I'm not into products. I don't like wellness and so on and so forth. To be honest with you, I'm not passionate about it. But I can honestly say the next $1 trillion industry is wellness, whether you like it or not. You know, today we see how people are taking care of their health, going to the gym, purchasing supplements, and so on and so forth. So I would highly advise you to, research and look at the company, ask questions, find out more about the company. And me and my team, we've it's been difficult, honestly. It's been a very difficult 24 to 48 hours since we heard. However, me myself, I'm solution orientated. I always try to look forward. And, I'm happy to say and announce the fact that me personally, Abubakar Qasim, along with most of my team, we are going to be going over to this company simply because of the recommendation of our founders. Um, on and basically, I'm going to just pursue my career within network marketing. I love this industry. I love working with people. I love having a positive impact on people. So that's why I decided that I'm going to actually go ahead and work with this company. Things are still developing, things are still in the pipeline. Senior Vice President Mr. Art Napolitano is playing a huge part in terms of the research and sort of developing and helping us to basically settle and transition into this new company. So I can honestly say we're in good hands. I know it's going to be difficult for a lot of people, because ACN has meant so much to all of you. It's changed lives. Every one of us can say that, but this is how things are. It's not easy to say. I'm sure it wasn't an easy decision for the company. So yeah, now if you log into your back office, as soon as you log in, there will be a notification there, and that basically sort of summarizes everything that I've just told you on this call, as well as that Mr. Greg Provenzano has also released a video. So ACN has released a video where Mr. Greg Provenzano himself actually addressed the whole of ACN, and he basically summarized in a 7-minute video. And I think that will be available in your emails, and it may even be available in some of the back offices. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to say. Um, I've got over the fact that ACN will not be offering any more services, and I've accepted the fact that personally, I'm going to be offering wellness products. In fact, changing lives through wellness products, I would say it's very, very powerful. And if some of you are still in two minds, I think you should really do your research, get your questions answered, speak to the leaders. If anyone wants to contact me and you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Um, so on that note, what I will do is before I call on Mr. Thomas Vestergaard, I just want to give a couple of minutes to one of my good friends, Regional Vice President, Mr. Alex Alexander, who has been in this business for 25 years. 25 years. I've been in for 10 years. He's been in for 25 years. There's some people that, have been here since day one. What do you think they are feeling now? In fact, I don't normally see grown-up men cry. Yesterday, I witnessed Mr. Alex Alexander crying, you know, and rightly so. Who says men can't cry? Who says grown-ups can't cry? Because if something means a lot to you, if something is dear to you, then it's going to affect you. And to be honest with you, I privately cried myself. You know, that's just what ACN means to us. So I'm just going to hand over to Mr. Alex, and then I will call over on the call Mr. Thomas Vestergaard. So thank you guys for listening, and Mr. Alex Alexander, welcome to the call. Oh, sorry. I think I need to unmute you. Just give me a second. There you go, Mr. Alex. You should be able to unmute yourself now.
Hey, am I 5x5?
Yes, Alex.
You hear me?
Yes.
Well, thank you, Abubakar. And thank you for the words. And I'm going to take just a little bit of time, because tonight is maybe not what's new. Tonight's what is about a reflection, so that we can bring a closure within ourselves to mentally prepare ourselves to move forward. That's assuming we want to move forward in the multi-level marketing industry. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I was there since day one, the very, very beginning. I've built up amazing friendships with our co-founders. Many of you know I had a pretty special private arrangement with our president, Greg Provenzano. So when Abubakar says I got choked up, I thought I had this under control because I was aware of the pending information. But when I saw Mike's face on that big screen and then Greg's face on that big screen, it sort of got to me a little bit, because it was bringing a closure on something that's been phenomenal in my life. And before I came on, I noticed one or two of my RVPs have joined this call from those good old days. And that's so nice of you to hook up. So ACN, as Abubakar said, tried their utmost to bring us something that could be financially viable. Sadly, they couldn't find that magic service. And as we speak to you tonight, the people in Australia now know where they are. They might move on to wherever. The people in Korea are moving on, and the people in Europe are moving on, and the whole of Latin America is moving on. And as Abubakar said, ACN will be USA and Canada. Sort of quite funny in a way, because when I started, it was just the USA and Canada. So we bring this magnificent journey to a closure. And all I can say, folks, I know they have tried outrageously hard to bring to the table something for the United Kingdom, not to mention other parts of Europe. And we just couldn't crunch the numbers right. You heard what Abubakar said about mobile telephone. My God, you can get everything for £10. Where do we make money? So that's where we are. And I've spent, like Abubakar, on one hand, a difficult few days in Norway, and on the other hand, a bit of a revelation in Norway, because it came to me that the number one thing in our lives, apart from love and friendship, obviously, is our health. So that made me feel great to be there. So before I hand back to Abubakar, in that great quote from Charles Darwin, it's not the strongest of the species, nor the most intelligent of the species that survive. It's the one most adaptable to change. So I've learnt there are three things in life. You're going to pay taxes forever, doesn't matter who you vote. You're going to die someday and meet your God. And change is always going to be there as the driving force forward. So, folks, for many of you who know me, for many of you who have been so complimentary to my teachings and training, which I really learned from Art Napolitano and George Zaliki, thank you. Thank you for being there. Love you all. Back to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Alex. And a few people have just asked a few questions. So basically, if any of you has business in USA, we're still trying to find out, because I was told by Mr. Greg Provenzano that if you have a USA business, as in if you have IBOs there, it may be possible for you to basically continue or switch over your European account into a US account so that you can continue to get paid on your US business. Okay, now this is something which ACN is still working on. For example, I still have many IBOs who are active in USA and Canada. So if I'm able to switch my account over, then I will surely do that, which means I can still build my business there. But it's just in Europe, obviously, anyone that has a European account, they will not be able to use that to sign anyone up. Also, in terms of residual income going forward, if there's anyone who's at the position of a regional director and higher, then there has been arrangements made that if you decide that you want to go to the new company, which is called Zinzino, then they will basically pay you residual income. Yeah, this is for regional directors and above. They will continue to pay you residual income for 6 months. And that basically gives you time to basically build your business and continue your income in the new company, Zinzino. I would highly advise you to, speak to your leaders, speak to your upline regional vice president. They will be able to give you more details. If I can help any of you, please reach out to me. I will be more than happy to help in any way. And a few people also asked a question. Made some comments about the fact that the founders have gone out of their way. They haven't just left us; they've gone out of their way to find us a company. And I can honestly say that this company is not a normal company. I've really had a look inside out at Zinzino, the testing, the products, the founders, and honestly, like, I'm very selective in who I would work with. I've had many calls from different companies trying to recruit me, but I've told them I'm not for sale. I am not for sale. Okay. I will only go somewhere where I am confident and I know that the founders share my values. We're going to actually have more calls about this new company. This call is not designed for that. We're going to actually give you more details about the new company. There's going to be Zoom calls. There's also going to be face-to-face calls. We're still working on the next UK regional event for it to be a Zinzino event. We will get this out to you as soon as possible, within the next few days, actually. Okay, so please keep an eye out and keep in touch with your leaders. So what I'll do now is I just want to hand it over to someone that I can honestly say that I've become very close to. He's become like a brother to me, even though he is or he was the account sales executive for ACN and other countries as well. He's been helping so many different IBOs in different countries, and I've really got to know him on a personal level. I know his family, he knows my family, and we've become like family, and I just wish that we continue working in the same company. So let's hear from Mr. Thomas Vestergaard, who has been in touch with and has been working tirelessly day and night, I know for sure, trying to bring us the maximum amount of facilities and services. So he's very kind enough to come onto this call. So Mr. Thomas Vestergaard, over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Abubakar. And hey, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. On a Saturday evening, I appreciate your time. And this is a strange call, and bear with me if I'm a bit different, because I think Abubakar explained it so well, and so did Mr. Alexander. This last week has been a roller coaster because we all had an amazing journey with ACN. And unfortunately, as Abubakar explained, sometimes things, they develop in a way you can't control. There's three things ACN always done. It needs to be working for you, for the company, and for the customer. And with the margins in this changing world, ACN had a lot of struggles. And I know personally, and you would not know, and I can't tell you, but I can tell you it's millions and millions of dollars the co-founders invested out of their own pockets to invest in Europe to keep us alive. But at some point, you need to take a rational decision. And it's not that we have been trying to hide anything from you. I knew 24 hours before I was under what we call a non-disclosure, a non-NDA agreement. I couldn't tell anything. The thing is, I'm still part of the ACN family, but I don't have a job. I don't know what I'm going to do because, like you guys, we need to find a new home. So does all my colleagues, because ACN is winding down their operations in Europe. There will be a transition. We will take care. We will do whatever we can to bring you into a new home where you can create an income. And I had the opportunity for the last couple of days to spend, as always, a pleasure to spend time with my good friends, Abubakar. Mohammed was there, Alex, Mr. Doc Juro, everything. I mean, we are family. It's not just something we say. We are also good friends, and we are in this together. And we were all kind of, the only thing I want you really to understand is that this company, that the co-founders did a lot of investments in and a lot of research, due diligence. It's a great company. Personally, as you know, I have been very active for the past, I'm an older guy, so I've been for the past 20 years very active in the DSAs, direct selling associations. I know their CEO. I was actually the chairman of the DSA when we allowed Cincino in as a member back in 2007, the same day as ACN became a full member. So I know these guys, they are straightforward, they're very respectful, they understand our situation. And I think one of the learnings I took back from Oslo was that they treated us with respect. Respect in the sense of they know and they understand, because they are like our co-founders, like Mike, Greg, Tony, Robert. They are field-based, like we all are. They understand the emotions that are in it. The only thing I want to say to you guys is that do your own due diligence, look at it. If you ask me, is this a great company? Yes. Would I recommend you? And by the way, guys, I'm not on the payroll anywhere. No one is paying me to say this. I'm saying this because I want you to have an income stream moving forward. And Cincino can provide that. Scientifically proven products. We saw the product plant yesterday. Abubakar and I, we looked like doctors. We all did. We had to be, you know, hats on and all that, you know, really super facilities. And they produce a lot of products. And it's clinically tested. They are on the stock exchange. Everything is open. They have a great reputation. They cannot hide anything. You can all go and check them. You can see all the annual, quarterly reports on their business. They've been paying dividends for the past 10 years in a row to their stockholders. So it's a company, and I've known them since the beginning. Always had a good relationship, and it was actually quite funny to go there and see, hey, the CEO and myself, we have had many discussions over time. I know the founders, but I will not lie to you guys. You see, I still have my cap on. And I addressed it together with the leaders yesterday with the Cincino management. It's strange to go from one company to another because we all loved ACN. We all do love ACN. ACN was special. I'll tell you, and again, I'm not on the payroll. I can say what I want. I had the best years in my life here at ACN, and I tried a lot of companies. I got the best friends here. As Abubakar said, we're not just business partners, we're also friends. Alex is a friend, John is a friend, Doug is a friend, Mohammed is a friend. I mean, we've connected to each other. So this will be emotional times, and there's no easy way to say this. There is not. The only thing I really want to say to you is, look at this new opportunity with open eyes. Look at it. Take your own decisions. We are not going to force. I can't force anyone. No one is going to force anyone. I'm just saying, look at the opportunity there. It's a great opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity. And then my two personal, quite emotional, I'll just say, guys, listen, what if we all move there together? Then we will do an ACN within another company. We could still work together. With all the experience we have, with all the great leadership we have from you guys, from other guys. I mean, well, this company, I think, and I said that to the CEO yesterday and to the owners, I said, you know what? You guys, you're fortunate to have us because you are the best trained leaders in network marketing, in building teams. And that's what they need. So don't see this as we are losing anything. It's been, sorry for my language now, it's been, as I said to Greg, this has been a hell of a ride with ACN. I don't regret 1 second. Not 1 second. Unfortunately, times has changed. Now we move on. But if we do it together, all of us that know each other, that knows what we do know, and we also don't know, we also know what we don't know, we can make it big. And we're in it. What my role will be, I honestly, guys, I'm totally honest, I don't know. Currently, I'm not really employed. I was in Oslo. I hope I can transition together with you guys into the new company, but I don't know. What I do know is that I will be around anyway. So will the founders. And this has not been an easy decision for them. And there will be a lot of technical questions. I saw some of the questions in the chat. Can I transfer my IBO number? How long will I get paid? What can we do? There will be more detailed information and we will have call about it. And those of you who don't have my details, I will share them here in the chat. You can ask me questions, whatever. Come on, we are in this together. My only, unless my closing comments is the only thing I really want, that's for you to take a look at the opportunity in order for you to create an income stream for you and your guys, for you and your people, for you and your family. We all, it's all, I mean, some of you knew, I had my daughter at the retreat, our youngest daughter, she's 12 years old. She thinks ACN is the best thing in the world, like her dad. She saw everything ACN can do. And I told her, yeah, I'm going to Oslo, la, 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 company. And she started crying. How is that possible? I know Mike, I know all these. She remembered John, she remembered Abubakar, all these guys she met. I said, yeah, but honey, this is life. And I will be, it was a very emotional call we had with the co-founders on Thursday night. And I've been emotional as well. I mean, all my colleagues, listen, all my colleagues, the guys that you don't even know, but they have been making our jobs possible, what we do. They don't have a job right now. They are also let go. And this has nothing to do about the co-founders are bad people. They took a right decision because otherwise there was no, we didn't provide a pure opportunity. We tried everything we could. You all tried. So on behalf of the co-founders, and I'm entitled to say that, unfortunately, I can't tell you that much because I know maybe 5% more than you guys do. But what I do know is take a look at Cincino. And rest assured, the company will take care of you. Rest assured that our founders, which will still be our founders, Mike, Tony, Robert, Greg, they have a heart for you and they have invested to make sure that you can have a transition into a new company and create an income in the beginning. So guys, this is one of the toughest calls ever, because this is like, for me, it's not just been a job. I told you many times, I don't have a job, I have a lifestyle. That lifestyle is created because of the founders and you guys. Now we need to find a new home. And I don't know how it is, but it's like, you know, you don't just switch out your wife or anything else. You cannot trade your kids. When it's part of your life, it affects you. And it's been tough days. I can guarantee you it's been tough days. Not just for you guys. I understand that and I respect that 1,000,000%. But rest assured, I've been emotionally touched as well. Because when we say something, we also want to do it. And what the founders and I do, we want to bring you home safe somewhere where you have an opportunity. And last but not least, I want to thank the leaders for going to Oslo, because they did a great job. They really did a great job, and they asked the right questions. They are working on your behalf. Seeing Mr. Alex Alexander on the call, 25 years. I mean, 25 years. I was 25 when Alex joined. Now I'm turning 50. Come on, it's a quarter of a decade. He has been in ACN, of a century. It's crazy. Abubakar, 10 years. I remember when he became an SVP. I remember all the things we did together. But guys, we can do it again. In 100 years from now, no one will remember. The only thing we will remember is what we did. I think we should all look at the opportunity with open eyes and do it. And if you have any questions, if you have any doubts about anything, you're always welcome. Text me, send me an email. There might be a bit delay because I got a lot of emails and a lot of calls, but listen, we are in this together and we will bring you to a new home, or we will help you the best possible way we can, as we've always done. So, a strange call. If you asked me a week ago, would we have this call this Saturday night? I would say no. Reality is reality. Reality is also that as long as we are together, we can make everything happen. And I want to do that journey with you guys any day. So Abubakar, again, my friend, thanks for hosting this. True leadership, addressing things at the point. I'm sorry I can't give you any quick solutions. I can't. It is what it is right now. But we can take a decision together. And if we do that together, we will win together. So Abubakar, back to you and thanks.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Really appreciate it. Really cannot thank you enough for your services and your help. And I've been messaging you late, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And you've always been there to help us. So really want to say on behalf of everyone, we really appreciate it. I also want to just take this opportunity to thank a few very, very special people that have played a huge part in my life and also in serving you guys. First of all, it's Regional Vice President, Mr. John McDougall. At this moment, he is away on holiday, and he is one of my idols within ACN, and he's one of my earliest memories of ACN. So I just want to say thank you so much, Mr. John McDougall. You've truly been there for every one of us in terms of arranging events, Zoom calls. The list is endless. Apart from that, all the regional vice presidents, Mr. Alex Alexander, Mr. Douglas Juru, Anthony Ranjit, Senior Vice President, Mr. Zia Rahman, and there's so many more. Shrimi recently just moved to UK as well. I want to thank you guys all for everything you've done. Apart from that, we've had an excellent team that has been working with us behind the scenes. Some of them are on this call. We have Region Director Ala Taiful. We have Region Director Susan Juru, Region Director Jenny Arrowsmith, and we have many ETLs like Sarah Dangari and Daphne, and Region Director Mr. Ben, and I'm sure Susan July, Mr. Francis, Jean-Michel. There's so many of you, sorry if I missed you out, but every one of you have played a huge part in, our amazing memories and the success that, we've had. Also, Mohammed Abdurrahman, Shoaib, so yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And also, all is not lost. For those of you who will be going to the new company, Zinzino, many of the people on this call, many of the leaders, because of the connection that ACN has with them, for that reason, we are going over to Zinzino. So I'm just trying to reassure myself that it's not the end of the road. There's it's just a diversion, and we're taking a new path and a new journey. And honestly, like I'm not here to try and sell you Zinzino. You guys are going to make your own decisions. I'm just telling you what I'm going to be doing and some of my team and some of the other leaders. So please don't think that ACN is definitely wanting you to go there. You have to do your own research. Okay. So please get all your questions answered. But yeah, moving forward, we're going to be having events. We're going to be having Zoom calls, Zinzino, somebody asked, is it a new company? They've been around for 18 years. 18 years. They have an amazing track record. Their latest turnover is like $178 million. It's absolutely crazy. So they are a growing company. I joined ACN when they were 20 years old. Zinzino is almost 20 years old. So I'm certainly going to be going there. They have an amazing model. Once again, I'm not going to mention too much about them on this call. For those of you who do want to find out about the company, you can contact any of the leaders that have just been to Norway. Please feel free to contact myself. I will be more than happy to put my phone number here as well. If anyone needs any help at all, please reach out to me, reach out to any of the leaders, and we will be happy to advise you to the best of our ability. I don't really have anything more to say apart from the fact that I want to thank you all for your time. And I hope to see you again. Keep in touch. If you're not going to be in the new company, then at least keep in touch on social media. Keep in touch via messages. Life is short. So the memories and Mr. Iron, we will definitely let you know. We are going to be having regular calls about Zinzino. Today, me, Mohammed, Rashid, Shuaib, we already did presentations today. We were practicing for you guys. We don't want to be rusty when we talk to you. So, we want to speak to you about it. And honestly, I can say that, I became a senior vice president in 3.5 years. I'm guaranteeing you, I will do the same and better in less than 1 year in Zinzino. I can guarantee it because of the comp plan that I've seen. It's excellent. The money is amazing. Once again, please don't see this as a selling pitch. I'm just speaking for myself only. Based on what I've seen, I'm ready to smash it. Okay. And the fact that the founders have a share within the company, I'm just seeing it as ACN's company. Simple as that. That's the honest truth. So are we going to keep the same ACN WhatsApp groups? The people who created the groups, that is up to them. We have got some groups, we're going to be probably just changing the name. And if anybody wants to leave the groups, we won't be offended. We won't be offended by that. Okay. So guys, please keep in touch. Let's remain as one family. And if I can help you all, please reach out to me. But thank you so much for being on the call. I can't wait to see you all. 17th February, we are going to have a Zinzino event in London, by the way. Same venue, same time. There's going to be some directors from Zinzino that will be there. Even if you don't want to join the company, just be at that event. Just find out more about the company. Who knows? It might be the best decision you make. But on that note, I want to wish you all a very good night. Thank you for being with us tonight. We cannot wait to see you all on Zooms and in person as well. Much respect to you all. God bless and have an excellent life. Take care.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Thomas. Take care.
Thank you, Abubakar. Thank you.
Take care, guys. See ya.
Take care, everyone.